Hey Adventurers, I'm Kate, this be Tony, and today we're going to be doing our September wrap-up. First book I wrapped up, which fell really close to the end of August, the end of August and into September, it was Eagle of the Ninth, so I think it technically fell in September. If not, it was before we did the wrap-up for August, the video wrap-up. So, either way, we're counting it for September. Eagle of the Ninth by Rosemary Sutcliffe. It was really, really good historical fiction. I enjoyed it. I started it several years ago, got like just a chapter in and put it aside because we'd watched the movie The Eagle, and I really enjoyed the movie, even though I hear it's not a great remake of the book. But I wanted to read the book and see what it was about, and I read it, and I really liked it. It was very, very satisfying. The next book I read and finished in September was Zorro by Isabel Allende. This was a fantastic story. I expected this to take me 2 weeks. I took the size into consideration and that it wasn't broken into chapters, and I'm like, okay, I better plan a good long while for this book. I got it done in like 5 days, and I was really, really happy. It was a great story, way better than any, which it's been a while since I've seen Zorro, and when I did I was little, but it's way better than any film rendition or TV rendition I've seen of it. It was really, really great. So many fantastic elements to the story and complexities. It's very enjoyable.
The first book I finished in September was The Last Battle. This is the last book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's never been my favorite of the Narnia series, of the Chronicles of Narnia, but I liked it a lot more this time than I have in the past. So I'm excited to go through and figure out which books are actually my favorite in that series now.
The next book I finished in the month of September was Shadow by Kara Swanson. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this book. We recently did a tag called the No Disclaimers tag, and one of the questions in there was, what's a book that the ending ruined the book for you for an otherwise quality story? That would be Shadow for me, and I know that the ending would be very satisfying to a lot of people, but it played on too many things that I didn't like, and it just made me really upset. And we got everything we wanted in the way we wanted it. And I'm not sure how I don't know. There was too much about it that I didn't like at the ending, but the story up to like the last quarter, I loved it. I thought it was great. There were so many themes that were super strong. The characters were intriguing. The level of darkness was beyond what I imagined. And so it was a great book. The ending didn't work for me. So that's Shadow.
The next book that I finished was The Tombs of Atuan by Ursula K. Le Guin. This is the second book in the Earthsea cycle. I really, really enjoyed it. I think I liked book one more still, but it was very, very enjoyable. I think I put book one on my favorite fantasy books that I've read list, and the second one was very close to as good as the first one, and I'm very impressed with that series.
So the next book I read in September was Abort by C.D. Holland. This is a really thought-provoking book written in a science fiction type of setting. I really appreciated it. I don't know how I feel about it overall. I read about the last third of the book on one specific day, and I was having like a weird day, and my mind wasn't completely focused on the story. So while I understood what happened, at the same time I'm like, I feel like I kind of missed something. So I don't feel very able to give great thoughts on Abort, but it was a really thought-provoking read, and you should check it out, and if it sounds like something you'd like, you should read it. The next book I read was The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie Maxey. This, guys, was such an incredible book. It might just be my favorite book of the month, but it'll be in my top 5 for favorite book of the year. It was so, so sweet, and I can't believe I waited like 3 months after I purchased it to read it. It was great. I loved it.
So the last book that I completed in September was How to Cheat a Dragon's Curse by Cressida Cowell, and this one was book 4, I think, in the How to Train Your Dragon series, and it's very enjoyable, much like the other ones, but it's much like the other ones, there's not a whole lot to it other than just middle grade fun type stuff, and so while it's enjoyable, I don't really have a whole ton to say about it.
So the last book I read in September was Attack on Titan Book 1, Lost Girls. I did not know what I was getting into when I picked this up, quite honestly. I'd heard of Attack of Titan, and I knew I needed to start with 1 somewhere. I don't know if this is the real book 1. I really don't know. I haven't researched it. But I did read it, and it's the first manga I've ever read, and so I was really excited to try it. I was expecting to love it, and I didn't dislike it, but I was also more confused, and like the reading style is different than your traditional graphic novel. And so I feel like by the end of the novel I should have gotten used to that, but it was still really disorienting. And I am starting to realize that graphic novels in black and white really confuse me sometimes when the art style is really busy. And I wouldn't necessarily describe this as busy, but it can be. And so it didn't work for me. The story was fine, like it was a decent story. I think I would have really enjoyed it in a novel form. And so I'm like, I don't know what I missed. Do I just not like manga? For my first one, so I can't really make that assumption off one read. Did the story fall short, or what was about it that I didn't like? So I don't know. I don't know if I'll pick up a second one or not, but yeah, I did give that one a try.
As you can see by my 3 books, all of which were short audiobooks, I didn't do very much reading this month, but that's not actually true. I actually have read quite a bit, but most of it was on my school book, which I should have finished next month, so you'll see that in next month's wrap-up. And then several other books that I started and got partway in and stopped, and I just kind of a bit of a reading slump a little bit. Not completely, because I was still reading and enjoying some of the things that I was reading, just some of the other ones I thought I was picking up weren't working at the moment, so going through them really slowly. But hopefully next month I will have completed most of them and several more, so we'll see what happens.
Thank you guys so much for watching an Erudite adventure. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you have your thoughts on any of the books we read, please let us know down in the comments below.
We post videos every Monday and Thursday, and we have our social medias linked in the description down below as always. Thank you guys for watching. Stay.